Loads arrive night and day at the docks. Sometimes Henry and the other engines will work so hard that their axles ache. Sir Topham Hatt brought in a new engine to help with the heavy workloads. He was long and had 10 driving wheels. He looked very strong.
This is Murdoch. He's going to be putting freight on the main line.
Hello there, shouted Terry. Welcome, Murdoch, called Gina. You're the biggest engine I've ever seen, cried Thomas. Ugh, you're a chatty lot, Murdoch said quietly. Soon Murdoch was coupled to a long line of heavy freight cars. His boiler strained and his wheels started to turn, and the mighty engine chuffed away. Murdoch longed for some peace and quiet, but everywhere he went it was noisy and crowded. At the end of the day, Murdoch was looking forward to a good night's rest. But Terry and Gina were full of questions. What's the longest train you've ever pulled? Have you ever worked Marzelli? Have you ever crashed? Please, I want some peace and quiet, and I don't want to share a shed with chatterboxes. No need to be rude, huffed Gina. We're only trying to be friendly, said Terry. The next morning, Murdoch collected another long, heavy train. This time he chuffed into the beautiful countryside. It was splendid. At last he had some peace and quiet. Suddenly his driver applied the brakes, and there were sheep on the tracks.
The sheep escaped from that field, said the driver. Through that broken fence.
The driver and the fireman tried to chase the sheep back. First this way and then that way, and then they tried everything, but nothing worked. We'll never move these sheep by ourselves, complained the fireman. I'll go and phone for help. The driver sighed. Murdoch was very unhappy. The noisy sheep were spoiling his peace and quiet. Sir Topham Hatt was enjoying himself with some afternoon tea when he got the call.
Yes, sheep. Sheep? Oh, I'll send Toby with the farmer immediately.
The sheep were becoming noisier and noisier. Please stop, groaned Murdoch. I'd rather be back with the chatterboxes. Just then, Toby chuffed into view. Oh, thank goodness you're here, exclaimed Murdoch. We're definitely glad to see you. Before long, the farmer and his dog went to work, and the sheep were soon safely in their field, and Murdoch was on his way again. Thank you. What's your name? My name's Toby. Toby. Thank you, Toby. That evening, Murdoch parked between Gina and Terry, but Murdoch spoke first. I'm sorry that I was cross, he said. I'm very pleased to share a shed with you. And we're very pleased to have you as company, said Terry. Ha! Yeah, we are, said Gina. Reminds me of a story. Murdoch smiled. The sound of ba, ba would have kept him awake, but a story from Gina would send him happily to sleep.